This is the voice of Grace Miller, and you're listening to the Love Potion Podcast with TDavy and Billycakes.
Words are so hard for me right now.
That's a good start going into a podcast.
Yeah, no. Welcome back, everyone, especially Serge Von Loyals Jr., who's sitting on our voice channel right now as we record this episode of the Love Potion Podcast. Davey, how are you?
I did not expect you to call out a random user sitting in voice channel. You know, we've got no issues with you guys use the voice channel. If you want to go in there and chat and share the game, you can stream the game in there. We've got no problems with that. Maybe not you higher tiers don't stream like Symphony spoilers. That would be ideal. But if one of you want to go in there, play one of the old games and share it, you've got no qualms of that. Billy, I am well. I've had a busy couple of weeks with London and then Portsmouth and other bits and bobs. One to see comedy gigs or concerts, and then one to get my PC upgraded, which is very nice. You had a bit of a night. How are you?
Feeling it. I'm a little hungover, as I told you how much I consumed last night before we started recording. So my voice is probably a little bit more raspier than usual, but otherwise I had a great time. I'm in a good mood. There are no complaints. And today should be fun because this episode is focused on you and I creating a tier list for the NLT-verse, which I'm looking forward to quite a bit.
Yeah, same. And we've in the post-production of the podcast decided to remove the men. We're not going to do the men because we want to do them in a separate episode and talk about side characters on their own time, because we think they are rather important and they kind of deserve their own little major discussion. So we're just going to do the women. There's a lot of women. I was trying to count them quickly while you were talking. I can't. I'm sure somebody knows how many women there are in the game, including the 3 demons from TGO, as well as all the other little bibbity bobs from this. I just thought, right, there is a character that's in Symphony of the Serpent as we record, but it's not available casual tier, so we can't include it in the tier list.
Correct. But we could maybe at the end just mention on our initial impressions where we think that person would be placed.
Yes. And then people can work that out who we're talking about later on. You higher tiers, you're going to know this, but for now, the casuals don't know.
Speaking of casuals, we can review the most recent casual update in our casual catch-up because it was a big one.
That is a great segue, by the way. I didn't even line that up. That was a great showmanship by us. Yes, we got version 4, v.44101 to talk about. 44% of the game. There's a lot to dissect in this one. Should we start with... Probably should just start from the top, really, which would be Amira.
Yeah, I mean... The scene itself, I think, was fun. This update overall, I think, has some pretty good cinematic shots in it, particularly in one of the later scenes. But yeah, Mira's motives and what she's doing is certainly interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and also the way that Ethan's relationship with her is developing, because early on, Ethan was just happy to go along with Amira and do whatever he was told to just, I don't know, just to better prove himself. I don't really know, just kind of just going on with it, not really questioning much. And now he is very much forcing Amira's hand a little bit more, and he's kind of telling Amira what she has to do, which is a nice change of pace, and it's showing him and his evolution of his control when it comes to the city that we're in.
Mm-hmm. A little bit more assertiveness, not a bad thing.
No, it definitely suits his character as well.
Yeah, he's coming along. I mean, he still doesn't know who the hell he is, but I think in terms of how he's handling himself, he's doing pretty well.
Yes.
I'd be curious to see by the end of the game what fans have to say about him in comparison to the other main characters we've had, because Henry's too dumb, William's too much of an idiot and arrogant, and Brad's creepy. We've talked about this before, but it'll be interesting to see how he stacks up. And then having the opportunity to talk about side characters in another episode. Bacco again is here. Seems like he's always around, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's always around Amira, but I think it's correct. We've alluded to how he is a little bit mummy dependent, and that kind of fits his character. And it was a little bit of an homage to a Simon from Lost Epidemic, really, the way that he turned up at the end of the sexual scene, the first anal with Amira. Bacco walks in, and that's very much something that we saw from Simon during Lost Epidemic, and some of his scenes, especially with Amanda. He used to seem to walk in with Amanda, so it was very much that. I look at Bacco a little bit in the Simon ilk, in the way like he's just a rich dumb kid. Simon wasn't that, but he was a dumb kid.
Yeah, he's just kind of like a nepotism baby, realistically. Like, he doesn't have to do anything, he can fend for himself. Mommy pays for everything, all that fun stuff. Yes. I'm happy there's been a little bit of a gap with him not showing up all the damn time, but it also feels like it could be the case when the game's done with how things flow. I'd be curious to see how it flows from the beginning, because I wouldn't want it to get stale quickly, where he's like showing up and you're like, oh fuck, not this guy again.
Yeah, it's really weird though. With some characters, like if you have a strong feeling towards them, even if it's a negative feeling, I say this in like TVs and movies all the time, right? You are meant to hate some characters, and like hate is a good feeling to have for a character because you care about them. The moment a character turns up, you're dead inside when it comes to them. You're like, why are they here? They don't add anything. Is the moment that they are a bad character. In my opinion, I can't remember what TV show me and my partner's been watching recently, but they kept like cutting to some other like character, and I was like, I literally don't care about the storyline. Just get back to the main storyline. It's boring me. After the Amira scene, well, actually, we run into Anya at Amira's mansion, and then Anya's story continues as well, and it leads to Anya's first full sex scene, which I know we've been both wanting because she's probably our favorite, and looking at the viewer ratings, she is the favorite of the community as well. So that was a great scene. It was also a great scene from the perspective that it felt kind of realistic in the fact that like sometimes when you sleep with someone for the first time and you share a bed with them, one of you could get woken up by the other one who's being a little bit curious and like, oh, hey, will you wake up and we can, I've gotten over the anxiousness now of us laying here together. Like, I'll go to the next stage. And that definitely worked out for Ethan in that case. And Anya, I thought that was a nice way of doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I liked the way the camera, like the shots were in that scene, with the whole cityscape and the window being open and all that kind of stuff. It felt like there was a lot of more, it felt like there was more depth in that scene in comparison to other ones. Not to say that the other ones lack depth entirely, but this one, it was different, and I liked it.
Yeah, definitely. And it all comes from Anya feeling safe and secure with Ethan after he finds the listening device, after we find out that Tony is out of jail. We'll talk about Tony a little bit more shortly. So that whole scene to me feels really well knitted together.
And who knows, we'll see where their relationship goes to, right? Because she was quite hard to get at the start. Now things have progressed between the two of them, so who knows where they end up.
Yeah, I thought she was going to be a harder get than she has been, but NLT has given up the characters, I think, a little bit earlier in this one and changing the pacing somewhat to give them a little bit more stretched out solo scenes, which is really nice and different. We have questions already for the doc for next episode, which is with NLT, and we're going to talk about how he decides who he picks for like the canon ending. I'm talking Jessica for Treasure and Nadia, for example. And I wonder if Anya, purely based on the fact that she's so highly rated by the community, is the one that Ethan's going to end up with.
Yeah, it's a very good question. I don't know if he's determined that, but even if I did know, because I have access to the lore document, I wouldn't be able to say.
Obviously, or that whole scene comes about because of Tony and Tony being out of jail. And then we run into Tony at the apartments where he says that, Ethan, your apartment is no longer your apartment, because I gave it to you in good faith, and then you threw me under the bus and put me in jail, or that's what he thinks at least. So we have to regain Tony's trust, and to do that, Ethan kind of throws Lola under the bus.
Yeah, I guess she's getting her just desserts a little bit because she's kind of screwed him over a couple times too. So it's like almost a tit for tat relationship.
That is a tit for tat relationship. I haven't thought about it that way. It's very much what Lola and Eva are, right?
And it's almost like, okay, you did this to me, I'm going to do this to you, not because, I don't think it's malicious, but it's just like, it's what makes sense. I'm going to do it, and they're going to be fine.
Definitely. And then we get the whole Tony asking Ethan to find Lola is a way to try and get them back together so they can talk and have a discussion about everything. And obviously we know that Lola is not really in a position to be found because she is in hell, or she was taken by a demon in limbo to hell, is what we think. So that's why Ethan's like, how the hell am I going to get myself out of this situation? And the other thing we have on our little thing is Tony losing grip on the whole situation of his domain, which it's hard because Lola's off doing her little thing and Ethan's starting to push Amira into a certain direction. You just half wonder if Tony, the mob boss, is kind of just being put back in his cage a little bit.
Yeah, he could end up being a smaller player in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But I think that the power dynamic shifting more often leaves us a little bit more on our toes as an audience in terms of like the suspense of what's going to happen, who's going to have the power at the end of all of this, because I don't even know. Like, it's hard to even kind of think about where things are going to go based on what's happened so far.
Yeah, and it's really weird because you're on about you don't know where things are going to go, and then the moment you think you have a character worked out, you don't, because Cleo just does whatever Cleo does. Cleo asks Ethan, Margaret, and Edmund to help her. She has a plan. She thinks she can go explore underground, and she thinks that she's going to discover her own old palace, and from that she's going to, I don't know, find something that's going to be useful or whatever it is. And that leads us into, we both said this while testing it, right? It felt like Treasure and Nadia again back in the caves.
Yeah, the puzzles were good. Like, it wasn't too much. It was very much nostalgic because you had a new area, you had some things you had to figure out. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I had to reset the puzzles a couple times because I have moments of being dumb, but they weren't too tricky, and it just adds like just a little element, right, to get you to the next step.
Yeah, it's that little bit of brain power to then reward you with a scene later on, and that's the balance that Treasure and Nadia got so perfectly right. And I think Symphony of Serpent's definitely tapping back into that. And I will say the puzzles are definitely trickier with the isometric view. Like, you've got to try and reorganize your brain a little bit. it's a little bit easier for us who can look at the game engine and see the way that it is in a square grid. And the moment you can put your head in, this is on a square grid, everything has to move on a square grid, and there is no diagonal movement, is very easy. But yeah, it's not so easy. We then get through some puzzles, explore some new areas. There's a fun little button switch puzzle as well, which is tricky because you can't see the whole puzzle from the start. You have to scroll around the room, and that's when the whole puzzle reveals itself to you. You have to connect those dots, and it leads to the first full sex scene, so another first with Cleo this time. And I know immediately when we were discussing this in story group, you mentioned too much doggy in one update.
Yep. I mean, I am not here to shame people who like doggy, either IRL or watching it in their, lewd content consumption. However, at times I really do feel that there's just too much, and it gets boring for me. That's one of my big criticisms. I was harping on this. I think it was as TGO was winding down. I was like, we need to change it up. We need some variety here. And yeah, it's just, to me, it feels like the easy way to do the scene. And I know that you have to take into consideration like situational factors as to where it's happening, who it's involved in, what are the circumstances of the scene, like all those kinds of things have to be considered. But there's other positions that can be used, and another thing for me is like viewing angles is a big thing for me with these games. That's one of the reasons why I got into NLT's work, was because I thought that the way in which that the scenes came across as a shot,
the cinematography,
just the positioning of the models and things of that nature were the big one. And I just feel like doggy can kind of like miss out on a lot of those opportunities, particularly with like the busty women. Like, why are we hunching them forward and looking at their back when the whole character's made to be about the front, kind of thing,
No, yeah, that's a really good point. I think we have touched on Daz. I touched on it with Sumatra. We touched on it with Daryl as well. I half wonder if some of these like more expressive positions, like we haven't seen like a full Nelson, for example, for anyone who knows that position. Like, I just wonder if Daz would struggle with that, because I know Daryl was talking about the way that skin contact clashing and other little things like that. I just wonder if doggy's probably one of the more efficient positions that can be done in an update. Maybe that's a question for NLT. We can talk about Daz with him and work out why some of these things are done in that way. But I do agree. I think the Anya one could have ended in missionary. I think that's the one you change.
Yeah.
Or you put Cleo up against a wall and you have standing sex.
Yeah. I mean, to me, if you're thinking about it, like Lola was cowgirl riding Ethan in the fucking desert. Like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't think a woman would actually do that, because her knees would be scraping into the dirt.
Well, also, sand mixing up and going in around wet, moving areas would cause a lot of problems. Beach sex is a thing, but there's a lot of prep into going into that and doing stuff like that. So, well, you also had Impusa in the first update have sex with Ethan in the desert. So,
but she was like kind of hovering above him. Yes. I think it seems. It's a little different, but I don't, even a woman like Lola, I don't think, with her personality and being a little bit more
rough
open,
and ready.
Yeah, I personally don't think someone would actually do that. However, porn games don't have to be realistic, yada yada yada. No. But make it make sense when you're doing one thing, and then in another you can't do something else, kind of thing.
I mean, also you just burn your knees on the hot sand, so.
Well, yeah, that too.
And Ethan's
I
bum
hate
and back
Sam.
would be on fire. So
It's coarse. I'm not going to get into the Anakin sand
no.
speech.
The big thing about that Cleo storyline, though, and as it continues, is the scale and the size of those rooms. They
Oh
felt
yeah.
big.
I agree.
Sumatra did a great job of them. I had a great challenge getting them to look the right way in the game, like because everything is scaled to the way Ethan is. That was a great challenge, but I thought Sumatra done a great thing with them. The big like Egyptian sculptures and stuff, I think they look great.
Yeah.
He must spend hours in the dad's store looking for assets, and he does a great job of that.
I wholeheartedly agree with everything you said.
That storyline though doesn't exactly end with Cleo. Obviously, they Cleo links the rooms all together, and they find Margaret and Edmund, and then they go through a portal room, or they go through a room, and they end up with God by the portal with Lola. Dancing to God's favorite music. That song is actually catchy as shit. I don't care what anyone says. I don't know if it's an AI song or if NLT's bought the license to it. I don't. Whatever it is, it's a good song. And then there's some action there as the serpent appears and smashes the portal. I really liked that scene.
Short and sweet.
It was really powerful as well, because you got the drama of the serpent. And then the way God just goes, no, I'm in control here.
Yeah, even though he's kind of like a joke.
He's such a comical character. Yes. And he plays up to it very well.
Yeah. It's giving me Albert vibes.
Yeah. I think it's the old silly goose kind of guy, but he's not pervy. He's still holy, and he's just a laugh.
Yes.
Definitely
so. It's a little different, but similar. Like they share. It's different, but they share some similarities, and that's kind of what makes him, I think, a little bit more endearing.
Yes, and that leads to the portal being smashed. God revealing by the fact that he may be all powerful and God, he can't repair a portal, and that he's going to need Athena and her help to do that. And that's where I think she's turning into probably my favorite character outside of Anya in the game. That's when Apusa comes in, and just some of her lines back and forth with God just makes me die.
Yeah, she's got like the Evie wittiness to her, right? And I think because you're alongside her all the time with the story content, it's entertaining.
Yes.
Whereas Ariana last game was very innocent, naive, whatever verbiage you want to use.
Yeah.
So it feels fun.
She's closer back to Evie. She's less fourth wall breaking than Evie. Who I know you love dearly, so I'll not criticize. But no, she was a great character anyway. No. She was great. I've got nothing to criticize her with. But it just Apusa just brings that snarky. It's almost British comedy in a way. And like the way she plays up to it. And the way that, she knows she's a demon, and she makes Margaret and Edmund scared and laughs around with it. And how she's just like, oh, so you need my help now, do you? Huh?
Yeah, she's a little menacing, but in a playful way. And I think that's the intention of her character. Whereas like Agrad is like literally just menacing.
Yes. Yes, very much so. But yeah, I think she's very good. The update, though, it's probably one of the stronger updates of the game so far. I think it done a lot. It moved the story a lot. and the
Yeah.
scenes felt very good. And I feel like, we always read what's coming in the story updates, and we always try and help NLT fill in the logical gaps. It felt pretty good logic wise as well.
hmm I thought initially, I think the first time I played the beta, I was like, oh damn, those two scenes happened really quickly. Like, how are we going to move to the next one? So sometimes I don't look at the script. Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I look at it while I'm playing the beta.
Yeah.
Sometimes I read the whole thing beforehand. Like, I just kind of went in blank, and yeah, it felt big. The update, it felt fun. It was challenging with the puzzles, right? We got some firsts with a couple of the women, so that was good. Well, maybe that was a fun update. Lots of things happened. We don't know where things are going to go next. I think the serpent making another experience, or I think the serpent making another appearance certainly is interesting. Uh, could be some foreshadowing of things to come, but we'll have to wait and see, and we'll talk next month.
Yes, definitely. Well, the game is called Symphony of the Serpent, so I would expect it to keep appearing throughout the game. We should now probably segue to our segment of the episode, which is going to be tier list. So, doodle-doo, little musical interlude, and we'll be back with the tier list.
Time to make our tier list, Davey. Let's just get straight into it. At the start, we should preface this by saying like everyone else is wrong.
Is this the energy you're going with? Is it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start just rage baiting, because it's funny. No, just kidding. These are our opinions, so don't come at us because we slight the girl you like the most.
No. Please
have
do
to,
come at us in the comment section below. Please tell us why we're wrong.
No, yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna like stand on alert on the video and just argue people, because I do love to argue, like personally, I really do. But yeah. Anyway, no, it'd be interesting to hear what people think, and for me with the tier list, at least today, I intend on ranking the women based off of my attraction to them. I'm not really going to go too heavy on the personality and the relationship they have with the main character and what happens in the game and all that kind of stuff, because I think my tier list would look pretty different if I did, and that's okay. Maybe this is something that we can review later on.
Yeah, so we're just going to rank them in best. And
Yeah.
the best is what we think is best. So
Yeah, like we're gonna rank them based off of how we would goon.
we're building our ultimate
Uh,
harem, and this is how we're ranking.
yeah, yeah. This is gonna be fun, honestly.
Yes, we're going to start with Lost Epidemic. We're going to try and go in alphabetical order the best we can.
Mm-hmm.
So first up, Amanda Bancroft. Where are you going and why?
I mean, I am very partial to MILFs, so that'll be very telling with my tier list. I think I'm going to put Amanda, particularly with how we've seen her in Symphony of the Serpent. She's a little bit more updated, looks good. I'm gonna try and be pretty hard on the rankings here, so I'm gonna put her in B.
That's really annoying because that's where I've already placed her. I've got the same thought process to you on this one. I don't think we're going to agree on many, but Amanda might be one of the exceptions. She plays like a lovely character in Lost Epidemic, and then I really like. I know you're talking about like hotness and attractiveness. I think the little relationship with like Simon and the way that memes as well kind of adds to her hotness.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she is a busty. She's a busty dominant MILF as well, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll move on from her. We'll go to Amber. Where are you going with Amber?
I'm gonna go C here. I don't really like the hairstyle personally.
I know what you mean. I like Amber more than that. I'm going to put Amber back in B as well. I know it's a little bit of a fence pick with B right being in the middle, but Amber, I like the body, and I also like the way that she's submissive to Amanda in the game, and I find those scenes really hot. I like that, and she also brings in the dildo, which is interesting. Like she's got that in a suitcase. She also brings in all of the outfits for that as well. So yeah, I would put her in B.
And I know where you're gonna go with the next character with Kat. So where are you putting Kat, Davey?
She's S tier for one reason. She's got the best ass in the universe.
Yeah,
there's no argument with that, right?
I don't think many people will argue with you on that one. Yeah, I think in terms of like ass size, she's up there with Naomi, Nia, and Impusa.
Yes. Where have you put Kat?
She's just a B for me. Like she's hot. She's curvy.
The nun thing could be weird. I understand that.
I don't like the nun habit stuff.
There's
certain things in these games, like in all adult games, that either work or don't work.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the like hats and stuff like that don't work for me, but some things like glasses I can't really stand, and
oh wow,
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about that as we move forward. That's one of my biggest critiques for one of the characters. I mean, Val's glasses are good. I think
yeah, let's move on to Val then.
Yeah, that's my segue. That's my segue. For me, she goes in A tier. I'm gonna be pretty restricted with my S tier, I think. For me, she's an A. She's hot. I like the gray hair. That's all I'll say.
I don't like the dynamic of Brad and Val. It's odd to me. I also am not a huge fan of the model. I feel like she got a little bit like too many like intimate scenes, and I didn't really bond with her. It's probably because I'm like a big cat simp. So Val C for me. People in the comments, I'm sorry.
That'll be an interesting one. Let's hope we get a lot of comments on these, on this
one. We want to hear everyone's thoughts on all of these character rankings, and as you're going along, tell us why we're wrong and why we're right. Let's move on to the two that we don't see as much. We'll start with Elizabeth. Where are you going with Elizabeth?
Low C tier.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just because she's blonde. I'm not a huge fan of the younger-ish characters. Um, her body was good, and I'm attracted to blondes, but I have her underneath Amber in C tier.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same location, and her scenes are mirrored by Violet. Violet gets a little bit of a difference in a couple of things. Violet's a tricky one, right? Because do you judge pregnant Violet or do you judge normal Violet, which you do get to see, but you don't get any. Do you get like one scene with her non-pregnant?
You can do both because it does tick the box of pregnancy sex, which people have asked for, and
Yeah,
we do see in the games usually later on.
yeah.
For me, Violet's a D. I'm just not attracted to her at all.
No, I'm the
If there
same.
was an F, I would probably put her in an S tier.
Yeah, we've limited to 5, and then at the end, out of all of our S's, we can pick our S plus winner, whatever we want. But yeah, I'm the same with Violet. It's weird because Violet's model at the end of the game kind of blends into the first model we're going to talk about from TGO. It's a small, petite brunette. Where are you putting Aaliyah?
You mean TON? Not
TON.
TGO, not a T.
That's what I mean.
We're going in game order. Aaliyah, I have grown to appreciate a little bit more. Again, still not a fan of the younger characters, but her openness was fine. So I'm going to put her at the highest rank of my C tier.
Oh, so she's like a C plus to you.
He's just I'm going to order the women in the tier with how much I love.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So she's a C, but she's above Amber and Elizabeth for now. It could change it, but I think she'll stay there.
I would put her at a high D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the same with like Violet. Really, it just doesn't really do anything for me. And we're then gonna get away from the younger character and go to probably one of the faces of the franchise.
Yeah,
in Claire, she's a redhead. She's the first redhead we've had to discuss. She's pretty much the pin-up character for Treasure and Nadia. Where are you placing Claire?
She's gonna go in an S tier.
So that's one of your big S's, yeah?
She's not necessarily a big S. I mean, people are gonna see a trend with my S tier. I mean, for her, she was hard to get. Character model's good. Her hair asset is used in like every adult game.
Yes.
But because it's red and NLT matched it with, fair pale skin, a Dom type personality,
Lara
it
Croft,
works really well. Yeah, exactly. Like her first scene, or like her first penetrative scene in the game was fantastic. Probably one of my favorite ones in the game. Easy S.
I'm gonna go A. She's a strong A, but she's not breaking S for me.
Mm-hmm.
For all of the reasons that you said. Also, isn't she like the first character you see when you load up the game? Like you get her opening scene in the cave, which I think her cinematics. Also, she's just a great character. She's very, very good.
Yeah.
And her pin-up of her in the jungle, I think is the best pin-up in the game. And it's safe for work. It's just the vibrance and the colors of that, and her body and her hair clashing against the rich green background, I think is spectacular.
Mm-hmm. Moving on to Diana. Where would you place her amongst your rankings? As I'm kind of on the fence between an A and a B. So where do you have her?
She's my Treasure Nadia S.
Okay.
She's my Treasure Nadia S because the scenes in Henry's bed, I think, are just spectacular. She's also got that adventurousness to her. She's got an accent. It's just everything for me, and she's spectacular.
Nice. I'm gonna put her in high B, mainly because we didn't get enough of her without her glasses, and I can't stand glasses in adult games. I don't think they look good. I really don't.
What about them don't look good? Like, do you
I
like glasses, like
maybe
attractiveness
I
anyway?
I wear glasses. I love to wear glasses. Not just because I can't see for distance, but and I like glasses on a woman IRL. I'm not against that either. But there's something about these games, whether it's the assets that are used and developed, or just how they look on the models. It's just not my thing at all. Um, so I do agree that she had good scenes. Her quote unquote exoticness um, was great, but the character design with the glasses is the throw off for me. So I'm taking the cop out and putting her in the middle. She's at the top of the middle. Um, yeah. So that's your S,
That's
which makes sense.
that's
Yeah.
another one of my big S's. Yeah, but so far I've got 2 brunettes. So
Yeah. You quick. And Diana. What about Emily? If we have to pivot, where would you be putting Emily?
Emily's a tricky one for me
Mhm.
because I really like some of her early scenes. She's also got like a great petite body. She's probably the best of the youngest characters for me.
Yes, that I will agree with you on for sure.
I think just everything about her character is great. I'm gonna go A, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go A with her. She's just, yeah, that first, like, I think the sex scene of her on a stool, that was just elite to
Mhm.
me. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Talking about like positions earlier in our little segment, that as a position
Mhm.
felt very natural.
So I'm putting her. I'm also gonna kind of cop out here to put her in high B above Diana.
Right.
I like her freckles. I like her hair. I like the British accent, the
Yeah.
schoolgirl trope type thing. Um, but she's got little B's, so she's gonna go in B.
Is she the smallest breast size?
Um, in the universe, I think she's down there with no, Grace is technically the smallest out of all the women, but
Okay.
she was the smallest, I think,
At
up
the time.
until Grace came in. Yeah.
I know where the next one's going. Right, for you, Evie.
Um I had her initially when I did a different tier list with an S plus and a F tier in S plus, but I think I'm gonna put her in high A above Val because the hair with the two strands dangling over her face and the glasses, I get the imagery that we're kind of going for. Like it's a little bit Asian, right? Um, at least in my perspective. I love the character. The model's fantastic. But yeah, the glasses thing now that I'm thinking about it more, it's really messing with my head. But she's a high A. I mean, the wait for her scenes were fantastic when they actually came in the game at the end.
You had to
I
wait a long
think,
time for those.
yeah, we did wait a long time, and I was that was one of the first things I wondered when I found the game was if we were going to actually get scenes with her, and luckily that was added as a bonus content element.
She paved the way, right? Because she was the first one.
Yeah, and even seeing her boobs because it wasn't revealed for so long. NLT added the extra of like buying topless soul crystal hints, and I think that was
Yes.
awesome. That was a really fun element to the game that he added, or that was a fun element that he added to the game. So yeah, every was fun. Where do you place her?
I was gonna put her in like
Hello?
B, but I feel like
Oh,
you just talked me into A. I don't know. I feel like you just
yeah,
talked me into A. I'm gonna put her
good.
in A.
I like being right.
I'll give you that one. There you go. She's below Emily and Claire though.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair.
Yeah, for me.
It'll be interesting to see yours up on the screen in comparison to mine, because we're obviously just doing this separate on our own. So it'll be fun to see them go up and whatnot.
Yes. Where are you putting one of
Yeah,
the
11.
characters of the series?
Janet's going S tier, and she's gonna go above Claire.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Why that
thought
high?
Well, the relationship dynamic that she has with Henry obviously is one of the reasons that she's very popular.
Yeah.
But for me, it was just kind of like the build up and the tension. She's very, very much like the housewife type character that you want to have as a younger male. You pine for her. She's got a great body. In the game, there were so many hair clipping issues with her, and I think they're still there. But yeah, I just really liked her content, and great model. I mean, once it's all said and done, everyone will see similarities in terms of where I place people. So yeah, she's a S, easy S for me. What about you?
For the same reasons I wasn't a massive fan of Val, Janet C. She's above Val in C, but she's a C for me. It's
okay. Yeah.
She's fine, but
yeah,
I think my eyes were just drawn to like a Diana very much. We also had another long wait for Janet, right? We talking about Evie and then to Janet. Janet was another long wait, and I don't know if she lived up to the hype for me.
Okay.
And then when we did get it, we got a lot of her very quickly, right?
Oh yeah.
Which I think takes away from her character a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Next up, we're going to go talk about the illustrious Doctor. Where do you put Jessica?
Jessica's my top.
She's like S done.
She's wife.
Okay, you could fawn over her.
When I first found the game, I was like, damn, that's a great looking model. She's basically like a Barbie. I like blondes. I'm married to one. So yeah, top tier. She's the top for me. What about you? How wrong are you?
She's an A for me.
Yeah.
She's
very well liked.
She's above Evie. She's below Emily Claire. She's very nice. She's very good. It's a great ending with her as well. I like the romantic ending. It makes sense. It feels like she would be the most like romanticable, like one of the cast.
Yeah,
she seems like the homebody one. Like her age range seems close enough to Henry to make sense as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with an A for Jessica.
What about Kaylee?
I think Kaylee gets the Elizabeth treatment again. She's better than Elizabeth. She's an improvement upon Elizabeth.
Yeah.
But she's that one scene where you look at her in the swimming pool in her swimsuit. The whole swimsuit thing I really like. That's really, really elite. But I think as she goes on and her scenes go on, I think she just kind of falls flat a little bit for me, and that's why I'm going to put her C. I'm going to probably put her just below Janet, like above Valerie, above Elizabeth in C, but she is a C. I feel like Janet and Kaylee are upgrades on Valerie and Elizabeth.
Yeah, Kaylee is C tier between Amber and Elizabeth for me, which is interesting to think about because I have Aaliyah higher, and I didn't think that I would have her higher. Speaking of having a character in high regards, the simps are going to come out for this one for Madeline Rose.
Pregnant
for me, she's when will Maddie be pregnant? She is a character that frustrates me personally, not in a good way,
right?
Just because the friggin' hair, like the roots of her hair being brown and her brown or black, and her hair being gray. She should have been full gray, in my opinion. Um,
It's a
but
nitpick.
it is a nitpick, but like the Dommy nun religious thing, it's not my favorite, but I will put her in B tier above Amanda
It's
because
higher than I thought you were gonna put it, you know?
she does have a banging body. She does have a banging body. What about you?
She's B tier as well, and so tempted to put a low A. No, I'm gonna go high
Mm,
B, like above
hmm.
Amanda. It makes sense. That's just what she is. She's very good at that. Some of
Yeah.
her like scenes where she ignores Henry during the scene is like a
Hmm.
kind of interesting kink that actually is kind of hot, and it suits her character very well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, especially the one like over the desk, I thought was really good.
Hmm.
But yeah, I know a lot of people really, really liked her. And
Yeah.
she's paved the way for later characters in other later games. We know that, right? But
Hmm.
yeah, she's a very strong middle of the range character for me.
Nice. Who's next?
We go to
Oh,
Naomi.
Naomi, another controversial character because some people will really dislike her personality and how she moves sex forward, I guess, for Henry in certain ways. She kind of cucks Sam to a degree. I liked Naomi. I thought her model was really, really hot. Um, you know, I'm gonna put her. I had her before in an S, but I'm gonna put her in the high A for me.
Oh,
High A
she is.
because we're only doing five tiers.
Yeah,
If I had an S and an S plus, she'd probably be an S.
that's fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
She's the
Yeah.
evolution of Amber to me,
Hmm.
because Amber's very like forthcoming and quite forward and brash
Yeah.
about it, and because of it, it kind of just makes me want to make her like the higher B versus Amber. She's got a
Hmm.
great body. She's got some great
Hmm.
scenes, especially the way she interacts with Tasha or Janet as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go high B but below Madeline.
Gotcha. Um, Priscilla. I think that's how we say it.
Parissa, who knows?
It's not Priscilla because it's Noel. I liked her character. Obviously, there's lots of stereotyping and whatnot with it, but she had hot scenes. The one with her and Jessica in the massage parlor is top tier.
Yeah,
Um, I'm gonna put her in A tier between Val and Evie.
she's an easy A for me. She's borderline S because
Mm,
that whole masseuse thing is like a real thing for me, and
mm,
I really liked her scenes. Also, like her like stretching out in the garden.
hmm.
I'm gonna put her just below Claire in A tier. But yeah, A
Yeah.
tier really does match her. She's a very very good character. And
Hmm.
obviously, we know that Jessica and her were not meant to be involved in the main story, and then the fans demanded it,
Nope.
and they did. So
Yeah. They just got to like. I mean, the content was rolled out differently, right? With the treatments and
yes,
the massages, but yeah, it was. I liked her. I liked her character.
a lot.
So much size at once. I think was one of her lines, and
Yes.
she always talked about her flower. Um, Sophia's next, and for me, Sophia's going to go in um, B tier between Madeline and Diana. I think.
Why?
I just didn't really care too much for her. I don't know what it was. Um, I prefer her hair being up because when she changed in the later half of the game and her hair was down, I really didn't like the way she looked. But there's just a couple characters where they just don't do it for me, and she's one of them, unfortunately. What about you?
I prefer her with her hair down for a start. Start with that one.
Mm.
She's a low A for me. She's a very good character. She's also like the long chase. She's also powerful, and like that adds to her character for me. I would have put her just above Evie, below Jessica in A. But yeah, she's a low A, but she's a nice A in there. I really do enjoy her in that sense.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't dislike her character. It's just like the model and the scenes weren't really like, I was like, okay.
Yeah, she's a little bit Angelina Jolie for me. I quite like that.
Yeah.
Like, she strikes me as that sort of character, and I kind of like that. Where are you putting Tasha?
High C. Not a big fan of the tattoos, but her body was good. Her personality was fine in comparison to like the assertive personalities that we see in these games.
Yeah.
High C for me.
She's a B
Currently,
for me.
the highest. Yeah.
Oh, the highest of C's.
The highest of C's, just because she's got the banging body.
Yeah. I'm tattooed. I'm with someone who's very tattooed. I like tattoos. I also like her hair. I love her model. I love her feistiness. I love the fact she's happy to kick a guy in the face. So all of that together makes her hot. Yeah, so that puts her as a nice B for me.
Sounds like a higher ranking than a B, but I respect it.
It's a high B. We've got a lot of characters to get through.
Oh yeah, true. We're going on to the Genesis order now. The first character alphabetically is Andrea. Where do you put her?
I don't really like her hair. I don't like her model that huge amount. I know her hair originally was grey, wasn't it?
It was horrible. it was horrible. I fought when NLT posted her design. I fought incredibly hard to get it changed. And not to say that I was the one responsible for it, but it didn't work for me at all. And I'm happy the way he did it. I wish her hair had a little bit more gray in it, but it wasn't good. There were bangs, and I'm not a big fan of bangs either.
She's a low C for me. That's where I'm going. Where are you going?
Oh, this is where we're very different. When he changed the hair, I was like instantly yes. She goes in S tier between Jessica and Janet.
Wow.
She's hot as fuck. And she's not like aggressively dominant in the game.
Right.
She had the first scene when she wore the purple lingerie at her mansion. The positioning of that scene was fantastic to consume. Yeah, I just found her model fantastic. I'm a big fan of bustier women, so that's where she's at for me. Speaking of busty women, we have Carol, one of the mothers of the Genesis order. She's a bit lower for me. I'm going to put her somewhere probably in the A tier just because I didn't really like the whole like Southern accent kind of thing.
Did you just say lower than you put there an A?
Yeah, because I like the MILFs. But she's going to be between
She's like the lowest of the MILFs, is that what you're saying?
Ish, yeah. She's in A between Priscilla and Val for me. Where do you put Carol?
I just think she's very. The accent's a good thing for me, I think, but she's just a bit run of the mill for me. So I'm just gonna slap her in like the middle of B, because I don't think I have a strong feeling towards or against her. Really, I enjoyed her scenes. I just don't think I was like, oh wow, these are amazing. Talking of someone I didn't really care for and I still don't care for, Chloe's my lowest rated character, just flat out.
So she's below Violet.
Yeah, because at least Violet has a good storyline and like she has like some interesting kinks to her at least. Chloe's just like so flat for me.
I really like the character's like body and model because she is a miniature version of her mom. Like she's fit, she's brunette, she's got a busty chest.
Yeah.
But to your point, I agree. I had her fairly high initially, but now that I think about it, I'm going to put her high C because to be higher, to be higher, man, my stutter's being a little bit aggressive right now, but for her to be higher, there has to be some type of story aspect drawing in, even if I really, really like the model. So like I'm thinking with my lower head before my higher head. Um, but she's a C, high
Yeah, like
C.
as much as you want to just base it off hotness and that
Yeah,
attractiveness
yeah,
also comes off like being interested in the character. And I just feel like if I was in a room with her and I had to have a conversation with her, I would be so bored of her so fast.
yeah.
That's
I can see
my
that.
issue with her. Next up, we moving to Ella.
Hmm. You go first.
I really like Ella.
Hmm.
She's like expansive, expressive. I also like the
Hmm.
multicolored hair. I'm gonna throw
Hmm.
her just behind Claire in A tier and call her my like high A.
I'm gonna put her in high B, above Emily. She's close to an A tier. I'm not a huge fan of the hair, and I wasn't a huge fan about some of her scenes, but
Quick question on
there's
the hair,
something there.
right? The
Yeah,
brunette one, where you put the brunette version?
the brunette one I would put higher. I'd probably put her at A tier.
Right. So it's the pink hair that throws you off.
A bit, yeah, and just like the whole e-girl thing isn't my thing.
That's very fair.
With that being said, Erica is way more my thing, and I'm going to put her in A tier between Carol and Val. I'm not a very big fan of women with bangs. I don't really think they look good unless you're Zoe Deschanel. Um, they worked for Erica, and that's where she's at for me. What about you?
She's just C for me. I don't. Yeah,
Mm,
she's okay, and then she goes all demony, and I'm like, that's even worse for me. So I'm gonna put
yeah,
her above Adria, but below Elizabeth.
I like. She had some good scenes. I didn't mind the whole demon thing, but um, like she was one of the first characters you got with in the game, and I think because she's evidently got some, she's not fully Caucasian. I think she's probably mixed,
Yes.
in terms of her background. I think that aspect made her a little bit more attractive for me in that regard. Um, Someone I'm not hugely fond of in terms of their character is Hannah.
Is she too much of a goofball for you?
Yeah, it's just too much like give me attention energy, and I don't like that in a woman.
Yeah, it's. I feel like it'd be a little bit like babysitting, right? So she's a
Hmm.
high D for me because she's better than
Yeah,
Aaliyah, but she is a D
yeah,
tier.
yeah. She is between Chloe and Tasha in C tier for me.
Right. That's fair. I feel like I'm being way more like aggressive with my D compared to my S, but I feel that's fair.
Yeah.
Talking of S tier, we're gonna throw Heather in there. As much as I don't like the whole trope with her relationship with William, she's the best
Hmm.
one at it in my opinion, and she's also like the
Okay.
fitness MILF, and I quite like fitness. We were talking pre-podcast about
Hmm.
me going to the gym, so yeah, she's gonna
Yeah.
go in there.
I liked her design. I felt like her scenes weren't too great in my opinion. Um, I'm gonna put her in A tier. I'm just not 100% sure exactly where. I think she's gonna be between Carol and Erica, with also Priscilla, Evie, and Naomi being higher than her. But I really liked how she kind of had some crow's feet around her eyes to show her age,
Yeah,
and she had a freckly type skin,
yeah, like
like
she'd
a
been
sun's
hit by the
body
sun a little
skin.
bit.
Yeah, it was really good because I don't think we had seen that before, and it added an extra element to her character. at least the design of it.
Yes.
One character I really don't like is Judy, and she goes in D tier above Violet.
She goes in D tier above Violet for me as well. I don't care for Judy at all.
No.
I think what it is with the whole Chloe Judy thing is them two together. I just didn't care about that storyline. Every time the update came out and it's them two, I was just like, I can't be asked.
Yeah.
These two just
100%.
they're just like, okay, I know where the storyline is going, blah 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 blah. Get them out of the way. Like neither of their models are okay. Like, you're not gonna have like a bad model in these games. Like they're all pretty decent, but I was like, these two just need to go away.
She's a very nice woman. But that's not enough for me in the context of the game. Like almost too nice. And one of my suggestions was, we waited for so long for her, like you do for all of the characters, which evidently it makes sense. One of my suggestions was to have her sexually involved early. But that could have been something that people liked, but it didn't happen. I didn't like her anyway, so she's a high D.
Yes. Where are you putting the Channel 4 news reporter?
This is such a tricky one because this game we saw more diverse characters, right, in terms of their racial background. And Kim is like almost like a light-skinned Caribbean woman, and I like the way she looks. I didn't necessarily really like her personality.
Right. She's a little bit Rihanna to me.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got too. I'm gonna put her in high C, I think.
I'm gonna go same. It's just not something that floats my boat particularly.
Yeah.
Like we all have our own preferences and kinks, and it's never been something that's really got me going. Like she's a very good model, and I actually quite enjoy her character. I think it's very interesting because she's involved. Like she does stuff. She's actionable. You can have an opinion on her. She's not like the ones in outside of Hannah in D tier. They're all a little bit like meh to me. So yeah, maybe in that argument, Hannah shouldn't be in D tier because she's not meh. She has an opinion. So, but yeah, she's there now. But yeah, Kimberly for me is C tier.
Yeah,
probably just below Erica, maybe above her. She's in around Erica, Andrea for me.
What about Lillian Wilkes?
I really like Lillian. She's not S, but she's a strong A.
Yeah, same. I agree with you on that one too.
She's the blonde. She's leggy. She's powerful. It's just a great fit for her. Yeah, I really liked her as a character, I must say.
I'm putting her in A as well, in between Priscilla and Carol. Her scenes, some of her scenes are pretty good. Obviously, she is using Madeline's shell. Spoiler alert. I mean, if you're listening to this, you've probably played TGO. But anyway, she's a high A for me. What about Melissa for you?
She's got the same issue with Kimberly for me. It's just not something that I particularly like. Like she seems like an okay. I also don't really like her like weird dynamic with William. Like if she's gonna hate William, just hate William throughout. Like there should just be no like session. She should have been a side character who just hated William. Like I think that would have been a better suit for her. It'd been a waste of it's a decent model, but it would have been a waste of that model. I understand that, but I think like having a strong female character like that who just clearly dislikes CMC, I think would have been an interesting way to like tease the community in a way. I like her more than Andrea, so I'm going to put a low C, but she's above Andrea.
I'm having a hard time whether to put her in S or A because the model is so hot.
You really like her, don't you?
I like her. The dynamics are fine. For me, the quote unquote hate fucking is fine. I'm gonna put her. Oh, she's kind of like a similar thing to Naomi right now with my rationale. Um, I'm gonna put her in A tier, at the top of A tier.
Yeah.
She's a close S, but I want to keep my S's like somewhat restrictive here.
We finally end TGO's main cast ish, somewhat.
Mhm.
Question mark
Yep.
with Tasha's mum. So if you don't like
Mhm.
Tasha, I'm going to guess you don't like Nelly.
I like Nelly a little more just because her tattoos aren't as dominant on her body. I'm
Right.
not a fan of the hair, but I'm putting her just above her daughter in C tier.
I'm going to put her just below her daughter in C tier. So she goes in C
Ooh.
tier. She's like a decent C tier.
Yeah.
Between Kaylee and Valerie, but yeah, I prefer Tasha over Nelly. Nelly's hair is a little bit too Karen for me.
Mhm.
It's that little like
Yeah.
bob cut I don't like.
Oh yeah, it's the I need to speak to your manager.
She would do that while holding an AK to their face.
Oh, 100%. Someone who wouldn't hold an AK most likely is Ariana because she's an angel, and I really really liked this character design, but I think her scenes fell short for me, and I was really really optimistic about them, but they fell short for me. I wish we had more content with her. I wanted her to be in angel form more. Um, I'm gonna still put her in A, but she's gonna be above Erica, but um, beneath Heather. What about you?
Model alone wise holds her up, right? But you're right about her scenes
Mhm,
being a bit meh. And also, she had such big boots to follow after Evie, right?
mhm,
And it's so
mhm.
hard to live up to the way Evie broke the fourth wall and the comedy she brought at times.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna throw her right in the middle of B tier, I think.
Mhm.
On the opposite of an angel, we have the three demons. We could probably quick fire these. We have redhead, silver, and brunette. Are
Yes.
there any differentiations for you, or are they all going in the same place?
The one with the horns with the red head has the biggest cans, so she goes in B tier, and then the blue one and the black-haired one go in C. And I'm just putting them at the end because they're not really characters. Like they're just there to be a vehicle for sex. So I'm solely ranking these on the models. What about you?
I'm agree with the redhead. She goes
Hmm.
B. For me, I
Hmm.
also like the blackhead.
Yep.
It might be because I watch too much Friends, because Friends is always on our TV as background, but she's like Monica to me, which is really weird to say.
Okay.
Take whatever you want from that. And then the blue
Hmm.
one is so forgettable, it's going in D. Above Chloe,
Hmm.
though, because Chloe has to be bottom.
That's funny. I mean, now we're done TGO, and this is interesting because I've matched this up with an old tier list that I did. So I'm curious to see how I'm going to line up these Symphony of the Serpent characters with the rest of them because we're still not
Yes.
done. But
No, but this is
we've seen all of these characters.
we have, and they're continually evolving in scenes, right? Because some of
Hmm.
them we haven't had full scenes as of yet.
Correct.
The beta dropped. We're recording on the 29th of the 11th for anyone who's curious, and the beta dropped yesterday. and I got to play it earlier. You're going to play it after the podcast. So there's a little bit of difference of like some scene knowledge that I have to you, but not by much though. Let's start with the governor. Amira gets a little bit of like that Melissa treatment, Kimberly treatment for me, but I think she's the best of the bunch because of the way that she's comical and I like her interactions. So she almost gets like the Amanda bump up because the way that she interacts with Alexandra as well as Bacco.
Yep.
I'm going to put her as a low A.
Yeah, she's a low A for me as well. I have her between Erica and Val. I really like the character model. Her personality I'm not 100% on, but that's where she lands for me. And I think for both of us, this next character is going to land pretty high in Anya.
Yeah, she's going cream of the crop A. No, S for me. She is wife because she's also the athlete.
She's wife.
Yeah, she's wife.
Yeah.
She's wife because while Jessica's great, right? Jessica's not an athlete who I can be competitive with and enjoy that competitiveness with. And she's also a sports star and it's just everything about her. And she's got a great Russian accent, which I also enjoy, and a bias because I got to speak to the voice actress for her as well. So yeah, that's where Anya's gonna go for me.
I've got her in S as well, but she's going to be probably the lower end of S because we've only just had the one sex scene with her. I feel like I could put her eventually. I can see her going being third in an S tier between Andrea and Janet for me.
Right.
But I need to see where it goes.
Yeah, if the scenes fall flat at the later of the game, I'm going to be very sad. And it probably bumps Kat up to wife. Actually, I'm going to make a change right now, right? Diana's above Kat because I can't marry or none. That'd be just weird.
Okay. That's fair.
So Diana's backup wife for me.
Okay. Cleopatra.
The first, like, based on real life character. Based on real history. We've got some questions for NLT about Cleo. I think Cleo's an interesting one, right? Obviously, we just had the casual catch-up. We talked about her first sex scene. It was a strong scene. She's a strong character. She's hard to read because she's written to be semi-realistic in the fact that she's from the past, right? So I feel like we've got to base it a little bit more off model. For me, I'm gonna put her just below Naomi and B tier.
Yeah, I have her in B between Diana and Sophia. I like the model. I don't know how the character is going to necessarily work. I would say also that there's an opportunity for her to get higher on the list, but we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, she can go either way.
One of the characters that's not going to be moving up my list is Grace. I'm going to be putting Grace in D tier above Judy. So she's my highest D tier character. Too flat-chested. Don't really like her hair. She doesn't really do anything for me at all. What about you?
I'm putting her in the middle of D tier. I'm putting her above Violet. The problem with Grace and it was pointed out from the start, that scene in the car early on with her eyes makes her look like Gollum.
Yeah.
And it ruins it for me. Like immediately I'm like, nah. And then she's like the small blonde and I'm like, nah. Like she's not Kaylee. She's not Elizabeth. She's just not on their level.
Yeah.
And that's what does it for me. I've got some controversial take on this one. I really don't like Julia.
You don't like Julia at all? Or is she going in D tier with her daughter?
No, she's going in C.
Okay.
Because she has some sort of like interesting tropes, and she's going in C because she has potential, right? And she has potential for scene finishes, which I know you've been begging for, that we haven't seen yet. And that's what's gonna, like, there's a lot to work with for her, and she could get used a lot really well.
Definitely.
And yeah, she's also a little bit Naomi, right, in the cucking thing, but there's a lot to come with that storyline.
I'm struggling with Julia because we only have half the game. She's only really had one major scene. I'm not a huge fan of the headband. I want to see the headband.
That's odd, you know. I haven't even thought about that.
I want to see the headband gone at some point later in the game, maybe when she's maybe a little less conservative or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to put her in A tier, and I think I'm going to. And I'm going to put her between Heather and Ariana.
Yeah.
Just because I like the busty women. There's a few reservations I have with her. I'd like to move her higher, and there's the possibility that she could move lower for me too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very true. Someone who's gonna probably be low, stay low. I've got very little interest in her. She's gonna get a little bit of the. She's broken out in the last couple of updates, and
yes,
she's improved, but not enough for me. She's also going to go at C. Is Leela?
Yeah, I'm probably putting her in C as well. I really don't understand why her hair looks different in her scenes. Throws me off when she gets an animated scene. There's something about it. I'm gonna put her in C. I'm gonna put her.
She's just below Elizabeth for me, above Erica.
I'm gonna put her between Amber and Kaylee. I think
Do you like her glasses?
No, she's no. Fuck it. D tier, high D. They changed their mind altogether. I'm trying to find a redeemable. Yeah, you mentioned it, but I'm also trying to find a redeemable thing, and I'm like, I'm not really into the character at all. Someone I am into is Lola.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lola's I think gonna be a high A for me.
Even tattooed?
I just don't know. They're subtle. They work well.
She's also redhead, right? Ish.
You could make.
She's lighter brown.
Yeah, you could say there's auburn elements to her hair, but I wouldn't say she's a redhead.
No, that's fair.
I'm gonna put her in A tier, and I'm gonna put her based on the scenes we've had with her between. I actually might put her above. It's so hard because we don't know much about the characters yet. There's still so much game to go. I'm gonna put her between Lillian and Carol.
Yeah.
In age. Yeah, I really like the model.
Okay. I feel like I have to have. I'm trying to limit myself to 1 S per game. She's got potential of breaking into S. She's Claire to me. She's so close to Claire. I'm going to put her just behind Claire because I think that's where she fits. She's like a little bit more spicy version of Claire. Claire was quite spicy. She was quite happy to roll around the dirt and throw some punches and stuff.
Yeah.
And I like Lola from that. Also, her relationship with Ethan at some point has got to somewhat mellow off and stop. Claire wasn't a huge fan of Henry at the start, right?
No, not at all.
So I feel like she's also got a little bit of that character arc, and I kind of like that. So yeah, that's where that's gonna go.
Where's Margaret gonna go for you? This is a tough one because she's one of the characters that hasn't had a sex scene yet. It's hard. This one's hard.
She's not Madeline, is she? Right? So she can't be above Madeline for me.
Think so.
No, I
I
mean
hope
she's not. She's not the level of Madeline. Is what I'm trying to say. She's
Oh, I
not.
see.
Not. She's literally not Madeline.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
she's not. I would put her above Valerie in C. She's like 4th in C for me. She's a solid C. She has potential. I'm
Yeah.
not like hugely into grandmas personally, but she has a very interesting model. And I'd like to see what NLT does with it.
Her bust is ridiculous, and that's why for me she's going to be as high as I rank her. But I just don't know exactly where to put her in this list.
Yeah.
I want to say like high C above Kim. I don't want to put her in B yet because we haven't had enough interaction with her for me to rank it. And I don't mind her being older. I don't mind her, that aspect. The nun stuff I can get over as long as she doesn't wear that damn hood all the time. But yeah, high C for me.
The one thing I'll say, right, is these characters like Madeline and Margaret are older, but you don't get like the sagginess of a real life older character like person.
Yes.
So it kind of elevates them. It's almost like they've got like a 40-year-old's body with like a 6-year-old's like face and hair.
Yeah, yeah.
So it kind of
100%.
changes them. And there's a reason why NLT is not done a true to life 60-year-old, 70-year-old character model, because
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, where are you going with Nia?
Nia's a controversial one within the community, it seems, but I like how curvy she is. She's got really wide hips. She's got a good bust. I'm not a huge fan of her hair, but I am going to put her in B tier. I'm probably going to put her between Cleo and Sophia in B tier. What about you?
I was just thinking about it, right? And she can't be any lower than like Leela for me because she has more about her. She has more of a personality.
Yes. Yes.
I'm going to throw her high C just above Nelly, I think. She's going to be 3rd in C for me so far. She's a strong character. And I like some of her scenes in the Velvet Mirage I really liked. That's a good scene. And I'm just not a huge fan of like the hair, I don't think.
Yeah, same.
And yeah, I think that's where I'm going to put her. Where will you go for the PhD doctor?
I need to see where things pan out with her. But I'm going to put her in A tier, high A between Melissa and Naomi.
Right.
If her scenes go well and I like what I see, I would move her in S tier for sure.
I'm putting her low A tier. She's got Parissa potential to me, depending on where her scenes go. But yeah, I'm with you. We need to see more of her.
She seems very sweet. Like I like her personality. She's like very endearing.
Yes, she's got a Jessica personality.
Yes, exactly.
Which elevates her for sure. Do we go guide characters then side, or do we go side then guide?
I say side then guide instead of guide and side.
Okay, so if we go that way, we're going Autumn. Where is she falling for you?
She's gonna be in a low C tier.
Right.
Probably behind Elizabeth because she's got a nice body. I mean, the piercings, the hair, it's not for me. What about you?
She's going low B. She's not Tasha, but she's better than Nelly. So she's going low B for me. She fits that ilk. Divya, where are you going?
She's high B.
She is thrown next to Judy in D for me. I don't like the model.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that model. And the scenes have been alright. But yeah.
Scenes have been great.
Yeah,
If there's one thing for me that could change is the hair, but
right.
I think the model's banging. She's a little, you get that Melissa type vibe from her.
Yeah.
Um,
Where are you throwing Kelly? She's blonde.
yeah, these are basically solely based on attraction because they're not involved in the story. Um, it's
It's a lot more
primarily based
raw.
on their looks. Yeah, Kelly's gonna be, if we're doing strict body, she's gonna go between Diana and Cleopatra.
Whereabouts is that? What,
In
in B
in
tier?
in oh in B tier, yeah.
I'm gonna throw her an A.
Hmm.
I'm gonna throw her at the end of A because we can't really judge her on personality, but she's in A for me. I kind of wish, yeah, if she's the one out of the side for me this top. I'm gonna guess I know where your top side characters are gonna go. We'll get to that. Where are you going with Lucy?
Lucy is gonna be in C tier, between Aaliyah and Tasha.
So
Not a fan. Not a fan.
I'm not a fan. I'm putting her a D.
Mm.
And the chocolate starfish with Ethan scene of her getting a blowjob is, it's a kink that people like. It's not a kink I like.
Hmm.
So yeah, she's like middle of the back D for me. I really don't like it.
Yeah.
Talking to D, I'm gonna throw Madison straight there as well. I don't like Madison's model. It's young.
No, I don't either.
It's a little bit too bony for me.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't have too much of a feeling to that, so we can probably gloss straight past her because I would guess you're very similar in your thoughts.
She's gonna be in C. For me, her scenes have been decent. I'm not a huge fan of her face, but again, the body wise, I think she's on the same level as Lucy because the side chicks share similar bodies. Um, so like Autumn and Nora, who we'll talk to next, have like the exact same like dimensions. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
So I put her between Amber and Kaylee. It kind of gives me very Kaylee vibes in terms of how she looks, like the lips and the face shape. Um, the other redhead side character, on the other hand, Nora, is going to go high A because I can't put her in S solely because she has no involvement in the story, but that model is absolute fire.
I'm the same as you. I'm gonna put her at the end of A because we don't have like any like interaction with them and their side characters and all that. But yeah, she's up there with Kelly for me. She's a great model, and she's definitely way the style of nurse like outfit and the way she fills it out is a lot better in my opinion. So that wraps up the side characters. I feel like I was a lot more harsher than you.
Yeah, I guess because I'm going solely on body. I guess
Yeah.
I don't know. You did have a few more D's. I've liked most of the scenes with the side chick. They haven't been horrible. Outside of the
Yes.
ones with like Autumn, I'm not a huge fan of Autumn or Madison, but everyone else has been fine.
Yeah.
Now we're going to the guides, and we'll start with the one who's been with us most of the journey, which is Empusa.
Yeah.
Empusa, however you want to say it. She doesn't do a lot for me, so she's going to be in C tier as well. I like her personality, but she's got wide hips. She's got a flatter chest. Personality's fine, but I'm going to put her, I guess, in the high C because she is pretty. She's a cool character. I'm going to put her beside Margaret because we don't know where things will turn out with her content and stuff. High C. What about you?
She's high A for me.
You really like
She's
her too.
Yeah, I really like her hips. I'm a hip guy. I like hips.
Mhm.
She just makes me die as well of her laughter, and I hope we get to see a lot more of her. And yeah, I really like Empusa. She's a great character. Her model's cracking, and yeah, just everything about her really. She's great. She's a nice high A for me. She's sitting in behind Lola and Claire at the top.
Okay, nice.
Agrat.
Agrat, I like the character model. I'm not a huge fan of, her just wanting to like destroy stuff.
Yes.
Um, so I think I want to put her in the low end of A, just because she's a banging body.
I'm gonna put a low B.
Hmm.
I agree on the banging body. It's a very idealistic body shape, but it's a great body shape.
Hmm.
But yeah, the whole I can't get behind just destroy the world thing, so kind of
Yeah,
has a
it's
dampen it
just
on
like,
me for a little bit.
yeah.
We have one character less on the list that we left there.
Mhm.
There's no scenes for anyone to judge her by.
Yeah, and we don't know if she's gonna get any.
We don't. Well, I don't, definitely. You may, but we're not going to reveal that or not.
Hmm.
She has a lot of potential, huge amount of
Yeah,
potential. Where are you
yeah.
going to put Athena?
I'm gonna also probably put her in beside a Grat, in A tier, because she's obviously like, um, got a banging bod. She's a goddess after all. I don't particularly like the head jewelry,
Right.
um, but if we get scenes with her, I feel like the content would be good. If not, she has the potential to like drop down to like middle B around Madeline for me, probably. What about you?
You just said Madeline. It makes me want to slide her just below Madeline in B. She's in that
Hmm.
ilk. She looks a little
Yeah.
bit younger because of the hair's not gray, it's blonde. She's got a very
Hmm.
similar build.
Yep.
Huge amount of potential.
Hmm.
Huge amount of potential. We do have
Yeah.
one more character. We're not going to say the name of that character. To you higher tiers, you're going to know who this is. To you lower tiers, it'll be revealed very shortly to you. Again, based on potential and one pinup, where would you
Hmm.
put them?
I'm gonna also do most likely the low A.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that it can be really fun. I think that, um, the the body's banging, like she'd be behind a Grat for sure, but yeah, or high B. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll
yeah.
have to revisit. We'll have to revisit this, at the end of the game,
I'm the
and
same.
see
I'm the
what we
same
would
as you with
change.
her. I think she's in between B. She's got high potential to end up in A, depending
Hmm.
on what the scenes go and where it goes and her storyline. But
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that one. To you who have played the game and you have seen this character, post your thoughts. Please try and be cryptic if you can in the comments. Obviously it's out there for
Hmm.
anyone who wants to go find out who the character is, and that's up to you guys to go search it out. But yeah, that wraps up our tier list. We'll put a nice little side to side. They're obviously going to be visual wise. You're going to be able to see them being built on the screen, and we will, after the podcast is released, we will throw them
Hmm.
in the tier list channel as well, so
Hmm.
you
Yep.
can see them there and judge them and directly message us in the channel and tell us how great our opinions are.
And we want to obviously hear from all of you, whether that's in the YouTube comment section, whether that's in the Discord and our tier list discussion channel. We'd love to hear from the community. Let us know who your top tier woman would be and why, and or tell us who is the worst character and why. We'd love to hear both. Um, it's fun uh, we'd love to hear both. It's fun to discuss, and we look forward to your participation.
Yeah, I'm quickly just in the channel to have a look at everyone's tier list, and like off the bat, somebody's got Eevee and D tier, so
Oh man.
they're terribly wrong. I'm sorry about that. I mean, Claire, Naomi, Julia, Carol, Amira, Olivia, Nia, Cleo, Heather is an S tier. Is a strong opinion S tier.
Mm-hmm. Who is that? Derby Derp?
No, this I'm at the top ever since I posted my pin. So this
Okay.
Al Carmine. Shout out to you for that one. Now looking at
Oh yeah. Yep.
JTSC 507s. Who have you got in D? You've thrown
Maddie and D is a hot take.
Yeah.
Same with MVP15 right after that. He's got Janet in D tier.
Janet in D tier is a
which is like
strong opinion.
That's slander.
Yeah, as well as Maddie
Definitely.
and Sophia.
And then you have someone like Carbon, who's put Nora in D tier, and it looks like most of the side women are in D tier. I'm guessing because of how they've been implemented into the game.
Yeah, that's fair, but also Emily doesn't deserve to be in D tier. That's just horrific. So, Carbon,
yeah,
please do Emily a better service than that. Thank you. Don't hate us, fellow Brits. There's no need for that.
There's one deleted user who got it right and put Jessica, Claire, Melissa, and Anya in their S tier.
I think that might be the closest, right? That deleted user has done very well on that one.
And it wasn't me.
No, Anonymous Frog. That's a strong. You've got a lot in S tier, Anonymous Frog, including Lucy, which you're just wrong about.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And you've put Cat in D tier, so I can't.
Should we ban them now?
No, I'm just gonna be following them like an absolute hawk for the rest of my time on the server as a mod, waiting for them to slip up.
Shout out a couple, more engaged members on the server. Old Worn Out has Amira as his top S tier, which is very, very interesting. I'd be curious to hear that rationale.
Yeah, we've also got Window Shopper.
Oh yes, where's his? Yeah,
Window Shopper has got Claire, Hannah,
pretty good take. Mm-hmm.
Nora, all in his S tier. Jessica's in his S tier. He's thrown like the older characters and also like the really young characters in D tier. Like Aaliyah, Grace is down there. That's a very strong tier list.
Honey Badger / Martin is also Patreon Plus. He's got some pretty good takes in there too, I would say. I'm curious as to why he has Amira in D tier. And Elizabeth in A tier. That's very interesting.
Yep.
Cyber Scald has a pretty decent one too. He likes his redheads. He's been vocal of that.
No one in D tier.
And on the server.
Yeah, no one in D tier is a strong choice. He says there's no bad choices, only better ones. So, I mean, he's got Agrat and like Impusa right down at the bottom with the other demons. So he clearly just doesn't like the wings and the demon aspect.
And in here you have Spirit Caller, who has Kaylee in the highest of A, along with Grace and Layla. Aaliyah in D tier.
I'm seeing a lot of Claire in S tier.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Claire's probably one of the stronger characters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for someone to put Claire in D tier, and I'm not seeing it.
No, it's very hard. I don't think Jessica's been in a low tier either.
Okay, we need to judge of team members. Because Sumatra's here.
Sumatra. Yeah.
Who is Sumatra failed?
I agree with a lot of his takes. Sumatra is very specific with dark areolas.
Yes.
And we'll shout him out on that. And it's pretty evident in terms of who is in his S tier.
Yeah.
With Janet, Melissa, Erica, and Maddie being up there. He put Divya pretty high.
Yeah.
But he put Nora low. And I'm curious why he has Cleopatra so low on speed as well. That's
Yeah,
an interesting one.
yeah. Also, he's put the two young ones from LE and D, so that's just an opinion on them too, right? I suppose.
Mhm. Frog Factory has Maddie in D tier.
Yeah, he's also got Claire in S tier, so that's another S tier for Claire. Claire looks like she's winning this, you know.
Well, there's no winning.
No, but if there was a winning, I feel like Claire would be
I think
probably leading.
the problem
Um,
is with being able to pull this type of information is opinions A change over time, but
yes.
B, um, like if you looked at the feedback form for Treasure of Nadia when I did it during the Genesis Order development,
Yep.
Claire and Jessica were basically identically rated.
Nice.
Like they were the top two. Like they were
Yeah.
1-1. Like there was no 1A, 1B. They were basically like
Yeah.
1-1.
Nice hockey reference there.
Yeah. Whereas like Madeline pulled really, really low. It's just her supporters are so loud.
Yes. She's Marmite.
So in the grand, yeah, 100%, 100%. And I love Marmite personally, um, but not Madeline.
Big shout out to Rod Steele for naming his own little categories. He's gone from F, medium, good, amazing, and goddess, and he's put Claire and Hannah in goddess. So he's a very big redhead fan.
And we know that, and just like the GIF I posted from "I Think You Should Leave," he's wrong. No, I'm just saying.
Why do you think he's wrong? What's he wrong about?
No, I just I posted that GIF because um it's just fun to just stir shit up because like I said, no one's really wrong in the grand scheme of things.
No.
Um, it's his is interesting because like Janet and Andrea are medium, and then you have Maddie in some Maddie's super polarizing.
Julie is down there as well, right?
Yeah, again, not enough probably to base a
I
decision
don't
off
think,
of him.
in fairness, I don't think Julia's face is the greatest.
I think it's the lips and the pronounced lipstick. Like it's very like puckered, her face.
Yeah, it's very like American.
50s housewife is what it is. 100%.
Yes.
But hopefully we get some more tier lists coming in.
Yeah.
We want to see the hot takes. Please post them and get the discussion going because it is fun to do. I remember during lockdown times and pandemics and stuff, and the pandemic, we had lots of these discussions as to why people were wrong.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to get that going again now that we've seen most of the new women.
Yeah. We'd like to thank you all for putting your opinions in there. We always encourage discussion. We have a great time with it. It's what these games are for. They're all about that, and also your fan theories. If you have any theories about the story or certain characters and stuff like that. I got a DM the other day, somebody asking if Madeline could get a side game all dedicated to her, and I was like, I'm sure if the team had the budget and the time to do it, they would probably do fun little side tangents like that, but it's probably not going to happen the way it is.
You could have short story games for every character to expand on their lore if you wanted to, but it's just not feasible realistically.
No.
And then, because if you do it for one, you're going to have the stands for another come out and say, "Hey, I want this." But if you do Madeline, then you got to do Claire or Jessica.
Yeah.
But then are people going to be like, "I want a side story for Kaylee"? Like, I don't think so.
No. And then eventually you're going to get someone who comes out and goes, "When can I be the MC of a 25-year-old Albert?"
I think an Albert origin story would actually be a pretty fun idea for a game.
Yeah, I would enjoy that. To be fair,
it could be very, very just kind of a chaotic mess. because he is that.
Yeah. One day we would love to pour some truth serum into NLT's drinks and get him to sit down and make a tier list. I don't think that day will come, because then people will say there's biases, and he doesn't want that. But maybe when all said is done, when all of the games are built and he finally hangs up his hat, we can sit him down on this podcast and we can go, right, tier list time, and he's got to sit there and make it
Agonizingly.
Yeah.
I feel like he could eventually do it, but it'd be hard for him to. It'd just be hard for him to do it, I think, overall.
Yeah, because they're his little projects, right? They're his little beings. You can't.
I mean, we
not have that.
We could ask him who his favorite characters are from each game and see if he's able to give an answer to that.
We'll see next month.
But again, it probably changes. Yes, we will see. Davey, we hope everyone enjoys their holidays, because this is coming out in December, and we're not going to be releasing a new episode until the new year. So eat and be merry and be safe. That's what I'm going to say.
Don't overspend for Christmas. You know, money is not it's not the end of the world, and do the best that you can. I hope you have people to spend it with. If you don't, the Discord is here. People will be here as always to enjoy your day.
May your bellies be full and your hearts even fuller.
Exactly. We would both like to thank you all for listening. It's been a great first 6 months of the podcast. We will be back in the new year with NLT to talk 2025, but also to look forward to 2026. We've got a lot of announcements to come in that episode. We've been talking behind the scenes of what we can and what we can't reveal as of yet. Until then, look after yourselves, hit like, hit subscribe, and peace out.
Bye-bye.